We are now going to take a look at multiplication and division for solving one-step equations. Okay, and basically it's very similar to the addition and subtraction. So with addition, you do the opposite and you subtract. And with the subtraction, you do the opposite and you add. So what we have here is multiplication and division. So if you get a multiplication question, what you have to do is the opposite and divide. And over in division, you have to do the opposite and multiply. So I'm going to go through this now and just show you some steps using the key here. So black is the question, green is my first move, and blue is my second. Okay? So remember, what you do to one side, you must do to the other side, and that means the side of the equals. So in this question here, we have multiplication. So it's 4x equals 8. That really means 4 times x equals 8. So basically, we need to think about the fact that this is multiplication. So opposite of multiplication is division, and what I do to one side, I must do to the other. So we put division symbols here as fractions. And always, this number next to the pronumeral goes under both sides, because what you do to one side, you must do to the other. Okay? So what we have here is a 4x divided by 4. And when we go 4 divided by 4, it cancels out into 1. Now, we don't write the 1 under there. What we have to do is write the x on its own, because a pronumeral never has a number 1 in front of it. Okay, it's invisible. Put the equal sign and go, how many times does 4 go into 8? It goes 2 times. So if I substitute this value of x, which is 2, back into the equation, it would be 4 times 2 equals 8, and that is correct, meaning that I have that solved correctly. Let's look at the next one here. We've got 6a equals 12. This is a multiplication question because in between the 6 and the a is an invisible times symbol. So opposite of multiplication is division, so I've got to put down my fraction lines to indicate division. What I do to one side, I must do to the other. This number 6 is given to both sides. Always the number in front of the pronumeral. And 6 divided by 6 equals 1, but we cross it out and cancel it. We drop down the a in the equals. We never put 6 divided by 6 equals 1 because the 1 is invisible in front of the pronumeral. How many times does 6 go into 12? It goes 2 times. If I then substitute the value of a, which is 2, back into the equation, it will be 6 times 2 equals 12. That shows me I have that correct. Okay, now we're moving over to the division side here. So the opposite of division is to multiply. So we follow the same principles. So this is division. A divided by 3 equals 4. I'm going to cross out the 3 and give it to the 4. Okay, so now all I have is the a, the equals, and 4 times 3 is 12. If I substitute the value of a up here, which is 12, up into the top here, it would be how many times does 3 go into 12? It goes 4 times. So working backwards also helps us see if you've got this correct. Okay, now we have the second question here, which is c divided by 4 equals 20. This is a division question, so the opposite of division is to multiply. I'm going to cross out the denominator of 4 and give it to the 20. And then I'm going to drop the c, because the c is the letter on the left that I need. It's on its own now. And I'm going to solve 20 times 4 is 80. If I was to substitute the value of c and pop it up into the top of this fraction, 4 into 80 goes 20. So basically what you need to remember is to do the opposite of what you see. And if it's multiplication, you do division by adding the fraction lines. If it is division, you do the opposite and you multiply by taking the denominator and giving it to the other side of the equal sign.